Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania has answered the call. This cruel, miserable world needed monkeys encased in balls again, and monkeys in balls at their very best since around, 2005? It may be a bit different from its arcade roots, as I will explain through the windy banana-laden track of this review, but what we have here is a terrific package that will keep you rolling around happily for a fair old while. Essentially, Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania serves as a beefed-up version of Super Monkey Ball Deluxe, a greatest hits of everything Sega's classic franchise has put out before. Included are all of the levels from the first two outings in the series, along with a dozen of the semi-iconic minigames and a few choice extras pinched from different titles over the years. For the uninitiated, the core gameplay is extremely straightforward. Designer of the arcade original, Toshihiro Nagoshi, had wanted to create a back-to-basics coin-op of unrivaled simplicity and playability, to prove that you could still have a hit in that medium without going bonkers graphically or spending a colossal budget. And he was right. You tilt the world itself on its axis in order to guide a monkey in its ball towards a goal, collecting bananas as you go whilst trying to avoid going over the edge into oblivion. It is fast, fun, and can be extremely difficult, but it is fantastic, and the plethora of imaginative levels from the brilliant first two games are as addictive to beat, best yourself, and even exploit as ever before. Hey, Adam from GodIsAGeek.com here, sorry to interrupt, but if you wouldn't mind just hitting the big old subscribe button and maybe the bell to notify you of every new video we release, we'd be really grateful. Thank you so much and enjoy the video. The time-honoured sense of speed is in complete effect and things zip along smoothly at 60 frames per second. The physics feel ever so slightly different to the original, and this will not be an issue for newcomers. But for monkey ball heads it will be noticeable, even more so in the minigames. But it doesn't take long for you to get your head around it. The same compulsive one more go feel is the same as it ever was. Time attack is perhaps the purest distillation of this and remains a favourite. There are some new, cool unlockable challenges here. The amusingly titled Dark Banana mode tests the player to negotiate 10 stages without rolling over a rotten fruit. Its Golden Banana counterpart challenges you to collect all the fruit in similar circumstances. Both are superb. For the first time since its release, you can also unlock the 46 stages from Monkey Ball DX, which will delight long-term fans. There are some options and modes in Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania that can be employed to mix things up. You can play toned-down versions of the tougher tracks if you want things a little less hardcore. A helping hand is also available in the shape of optimum route guides or being able to slow down time itself to negotiate tricky sequences. There are mirrored stages where the goal and start points are reversed, which feels like brand new areas. Interestingly, there is a way to unlock the controversial jump ability from Banana Blitz. This can be toggled on and off and changes the complexion of things significantly. Not always for the better though, I might add. II has arguably entered the pantheon of internationally recognised gaming mascots, and there is a story mode starring the jug-headed simian that can be enjoyed here. You get the idea, some nice cartoon cutscenes, lots of squeaky voices, don't expect a weighty epic. It is pretty, wholesome, sugary stuff. Included in the game are a number of additional characters from the wider SEGA-verse and beyond. Winningly, you can take charge of certain few new faces. There's an option to change the collectible item of choice from bananas to stuff associated with that dude. Sonic, of course, collects his favoured rings, whereas Kazuma from Yakuza, an obvious inclusion given the development studio, will roll around picking up energy drinks. With the core balling proving to be rock solid, what about the minigames? Well, I'm pleased to say that in the most part they are just as you remembered. Monkey bowling is as fun as ever. Golf is a simplified approximation of the sport, so don't expect Ryder Cup level precision, but do enjoy aiming a monkey in a bowl towards the pin. Monkey Racing is a power-up strewn slalom battle that comes off as a crossover between the fundamental monkey ball mechanics and Super Mario Kart, and is a good time. One of the most beloved minigames in the history of the series is Monkey Target, which tasks you with launching your character into the skies and towards an eventual target in the distance, collecting stuff in the air as you fly. It still plays great, but feels jarringly different to the original in the manner that your ball is pinged into the ether. Where originally you careered down a ramp and felt a sense of real momentum, here the launch feels off, rather than you feeling like you've built up speed, which carries you onwards and upwards. When you hit the bottom of the slope, there's a slight pause and a lack of oomph. It is something that fans of the source material will notice more than newcomers. There is very little to dislike about Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania, and little else I could have asked for in terms of comprehensiveness. It is an excellent time with bags of replay value, potential in its online leaderboards and competitive play, and works a treat in local co-op thanks to the fun, if sometimes superficial, minigames. I said previously that the world needs Monkey Ball right now. A rip-roaring blast through some of SEGA's classic arcade goodness, and that has been delivered with bells on, which is why we're giving it 8 out of 10. Thanks so much for watching Sean Smith's video review of Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania. Adam from GodIsAGeek.com here to remind you to subscribe and hit the bell button so you never miss a future review, preview, episodic show that we're doing, anything like that. And go to patreon.com/GodIsAGeek if you really enjoyed this and want to support us financially. We really appreciate it. Even $1 a month, it helps us. Thank you so much, and we will see you in the next video. Bye for now.